Hi everyone, Julia here, recording this January 3rd, 2024, and all this magic that we live in that's not easily accessible to our common five senses we use is what this reality is all about. So it's just crazy. The very smallest part of this reality, the material part, is what almost everything is focused on. And that's got us in a big mess. And that's why we have to have these resets and just start things over again. But resets don't necessarily have to mean, pushing a button, however that works. And different civilizations disappearing, catastrophes, whatever, just wiping things out, starting with the new slate, wiping out all the technology. But I think resets can happen too when enough people wake up and start dealing with the non-material realm appropriately. And back in 2016, when I started learning about biofield tuning and emotional healing, those types of things, also came across a lot of stuff about spirit attachments, which I've mentioned before. And I kind of took it serious, but not really, And even though I've had these spirit attachments, clearly come and go, and I just haven't been mindful enough about keeping them away. And Raymond's name is Raymon, no D, Raymond Grace. He's always saying you have to, have upkeep. You have to keep clearing your energy, keep neutralizing negative effects. So I'm back in that process. I'm using his method, and just takes 15 minutes and intention, and you can use the pendulum. But that's really important because it is all about your frequency. And you do these little rituals, that's going to change your frequency and give you that confidence. And if you have any fear or any worry, it's going to sabotage you, what your intentions are. You can't have this fear and this worry and just resentment, envy, bitterness, hate. All those things are going to lower your frequency and allow these entities to attach. And they're as real as anything. It's energy. Just like Jerry Marzinski's always saying, that, you don't see a magnetic field until you put metal filings above one. So, but it's there always. And that's the same thing with these energetic, spiritual, whatever you want to call them, entities. And they are everywhere. They're everywhere. And there's definitely a lot of negative ones, but there has to be a lot of positive ones too. And I'm not really sure how all that works. From what I've deduced so far, a lot of these entities are just spirits that didn't pass over for whatever reason. Sometimes it's these severe alcoholics, so they just want to hang out in the bar, so they can, keep grounded. Grounded's not really the good word. Keep attached to this material realm as much as possible. And once they're no longer have access to a physical avatar, then they just have to attach onto other ones and live vicariously when they can. And I know there's some groups that try to work and help these beings cross over and stuff like that, and maybe that's what we need to do. I don't know, but I think, like I said yesterday, if everyone just works on their own frequency and keeping it optimal, that can make a huge difference. And just have the intention to help others too, just to see others as their best possibility and not as their worst, or judge them for how they are or how you think they are. I mean, all those little things add up, and they all affect these thought forms, these entities that come into you and start running the show. And if you're depressed or low energy, just apathetic, it's more these entities than anything causing it. So, yeah, and I've kind of been like fire lit under me to start taking this stuff more serious. I have no fear about it at all. I know I can handle it, and I highly suggest you guys looking into Jerry Marzinski's work and the Mace energy method, which I'm going to look into becoming a practitioner of, because it looks amazing. I'll post a interview with John Mace's partner, John Avery, who helped develop this system. And man, just that Jerry Marzinski, who has more research with schizophrenia than anyone out there and understands it better than anyone in the establishment, that's for sure. He says that the Mace energy method is the only thing that helps schizophrenia, really. Well, it's not the only thing, but it's the most effective that they found to now. So, yeah. And I think it's a great thing. I think if more of us can do that kind of thing and offer that service to others, we can clean up all this energy. But we have to keep it clean. And we have to maintain. You got to maintain. And that's what it's all about. We're always lower in entropy, and more than anything, entropy of our energy around us. We want it optimal. We want it positive. We want it high. We want it productive. So, yeah. And a lot of people consider alcohol so acceptable. And it's one of the big ones. And everyone will tell you, we've all heard the saying, they don't call it spirits for no reason. And even just a few drinks here and there, you're inviting these entities in, and they might stay for a while, and they might start putting these thoughts in your head that aren't really you. And you don't even notice it, because even with schizophrenia, the thoughts just sound like the typical ramble that goes on in everybody's head that we all listen to. But they're just always negative, always telling them the worst case scenarios, and prompting them to do things that are not optimal for their resonance. They don't like you to have an optimal resonance. They can't do anything with that. So yeah, it's never boring in this reality if you're paying attention. And I think it can make all the difference, just having that intention to keep your energy optimal. And again, the easiest ways to do it is to have genuine gratitude and focus on what you want. So there you go. So I hope everybody's having a great morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever they are. And I'm looking forward to figuring more of this out as time goes on. And I appreciate everybody here that offers feedback and has had experiences and can share those. But yeah, and thank you, Moo Pit. I know that's not your real name, for turning me on to Jerry. And yeah, it's really cool too, because Jerry and Raymond both have ties with Perth, Australia. And they're totally unrelated. And that's where John Mace is from, or he's from Australia. I think it's Perth. And then I was supposed to be born in Australia. My parents took a boat to Houston, Texas instead after World War II. They were Czech immigrants, and they were supposed to go to Australia, but my mom had a contagious condition, and they had to wait for the next boat and came to the port of Houston, Texas. So all of us have ties to Australia. So just one of those little synchronicities. All right. Help others if you can, and we'll talk to you next time. Ciao, ciao.